So good afternoon, guys. Trained the race team today. I was going to jump from the last station out to 2 miles along the race course. The race course is actually basically through that gap. Here is where they actually come from the east. Problem I encountered, I did quite a bit of scouting this morning with the race team in tow. I had kind of picked a location out that was about 2 miles. So it was another mile jump out from where I've been releasing, and the problem I encountered is that whole area along the race course, there's so many goddamn power lines and houses and traffic, and there's really not a safe release spot for almost 5 or 6 miles. So what I've actually, and needless to say, it's just a terrible option going that direction at this point where they're still pretty inexperienced. So what I've done is I've actually jumped to the southwest, and we're actually only back out at 1 mile here. Pretty much a straight shot to the loft. I am stuck over there in those suburbs a mile that way. Not by choice. Families lived here in this area for about 130 years. This used to be a little farming community, and now it's been swallowed by the neighboring town, and the little farming community doesn't exist, and it's just basically one big suburb. And needless to say, from here to those hills, it's one big jumble of power lines and houses and roads and traffic. It's a nightmare. Hopefully in the next year or two, maybe sooner, I've got another place about 60 miles south. It's just bare pasture we're going to move to. Be a much better place to fly, race and train from, and fly rollers. Don't really have the trees and whatnot, so I'm hoping I'm going to have a little bit less of a hawk problem, at least with the accipiters, like the Cooper's hawks and sharp shins and stuff like that, and a lot of those tree-dwelling hawks. But for the moment, I'm kind of stuck with what I've got, so I'm going to do a release here. Like I said, it's only a mile. It's actually the wrong direction from the race course, so it's not my preference, but hopefully I can train them to route a little more from here. Like I said, we're about a mile the other direction. So if I can get them to start flying a bit of a bigger circle around the area. And it kind of is what it is. It's not my preference. So a lot of people don't value training from multiple directions. Obviously, because it's not on the race course, there's kind of a theory that, they might break away from the loft and kind of come back to where they're, away from the loft. There's actually a pretty big flock of pigeons right up there. Not sure what those are. Collins, I guess. And that was kind of one of the other things I was trying to get away from, was also at that point there were a lot of commons in that area also, and just basically between the power lines and the number of commons and the traffic and all that, just not a good situation. Definitely a better drop site here. This is a little local school, pretty wide open. This is kind of actually the boundary line of the old farming community, of what's left of it, with obviously you can see the suburbs built up right along this road here. So I'm going to release from here. They should easily beat me home. This is a straight shot. It's perfectly flat. There's nothing really to land on. So should be straight on for them. So let's go. 5626 is a Black Widow. It's a black mixed wing. Head home. Oh, there's already a fucking Cooper after him. I just tossed him up, and there went a Cooper right after him. I don't know where he went. Cooper's over there, I think. Or actually, I think my bird landed to get away from the Cooper. This is ridiculous. Everywhere you go, there's a goddamn Cooper or a goddamn peregrine. 5624, which is the Jansen. Oh, there went the goddamn, there's the black widow bird after it. So, black widow bird just joined it. There they are. Or no, that's not the black widow bird, that's a damn Cooper. Can you see him? It's the Cooper. Goddamn Cooper sitting right here. Unbelievable. 5627, black widow. Yeah, go that way. Get away from the Cooper. Of course, you're going to fly back around that direction and probably get dive bombed here. Nope, there goes the De Vrent on his own. Out of the box. And he's just straight home. Anyway, 5628, black widow. Pretty straight home. Yeah, heading that way. So when I got here, just got back to the loft from the training toss. So when I got here, 3 of the 5 were circling. It was the De Vrent and 2 black widows. I'm not sure who else was in there. I haven't checked the trap. I guess my last segment didn't record. Anyway, so I took 5. The black mixed wing black widow bird, that one is not back yet. It's probably out routing here somewhere. I think it was the one that was chased by the hawk. I'd have to go back and review the records. The black pied bird that's gone missing a few times, that bird is back. But it's missing a couple flights. It's down on the 7th flight and still molting the tail end. So I'm going to kind of give that bird a break for a bit and allow it to molt a little more and just loft fly it for a while before it goes back on the road, back out on the road, just to kind of give it the benefit of the doubt here and give it an opportunity to recover. So we'll see if the other one turns up, if it turns up tomorrow, or if it turns up as the day goes on. We're about 3 o'clock now, so we've got about an hour and a half of daylight right now. But that's the situation. Is there's the 2 dark black widow birds and the Jansen. So missing the one with the 1 or 2 white flights. Which that's the first time that bird's gone missing. That's actually, it's usually actually here faster than the rest of them, with the exception of the De Vrent. So, kind of see what happens with it. I suspect it will be coming in soon enough. Just a matter of when.